9/11, I came in early to work. I'd been in Paris for the weekend before because it was Labor Day. Got into work very early. I worked at the World Financial Center for Merrill Lynch.
At 8:45 a.m., I was sitting at my desk at number 2 World Financial Center, and it sounded like a plane had broken the sound barrier.
And shortly after I arrived to work, I heard a crash or a noise or an implosion, looked out my office window and saw papers and things being strung and flown from the world.
I looked behind me at the large windows that were near the corner of West Street and Liberty Street, and I saw thousands and thousands of 8x11 pieces of paper coming down, mixed with flaming shards of metal.
And I turned on my radio. I had a radio at my desk at that time. I managed a group of people. And at the radio they were saying, "Don't worry about this, it's just a commercial small plane, it's just off track." Then the Port of Authority, people that regulated the speakers and telling you what to do, came on and told us that this had nothing to do with our building. This was just a small commercial plane. Stay at your desk, don't leave the building.
I walked over to the West Street side of the building, about 30-40 feet from my desk, and as I looked up at about 5 to 9, that was the first person that I saw coming out of the North Tower and landing on top of the Marriott Hotel. At 9 o'clock, I heard a plane coming in from the Statue of Liberty area. Thought that the plane was going to release fire retardant on the North Tower, and then I saw it crash into the South Tower.
I didn't catch it, but I have to say, it looks like something went into the building.
Yes,
possibly another airplane.
I yelled to everyone on our floor. This was at Deloitte, and I said, "Let's go," and we all got to the stairwell and went down and ended up on my way down. Just coincidentally, my wife was with Merrill Lynch on the 12th floor.
At no time were we told to leave or evacuate. The scariest message I heard was, you stay in your office, but stay away from your windows. And stay, but you're perfectly safe. My husband is a first responder. He was in Vietnam. He worked for another company on a whole nother floor. And somehow he was able, we were communicating by phone. We told each other we wouldn't leave until we saw each other again.
That report is similar reports of a plane hijacking. Again, 2 planes involved in 2 crashes into either tower of the World Trade Center at about 10 to 9 and 5 after 9 this morning.
And somehow my husband was able to get through the doors, because you can't go from one company to another in a big corporation or a big structure. You have to have a passcode. Somehow he was able to get into the doors to the Merrill Lynch area.
I banged on the door, got her group out.
And he escorted me and my team down the emergency stairs.
And went down, and the stairwell emptied out onto the West Street side of the building.
And I, frankly, to this day, have lost track of what I saw after I came out of those stairs. I know it emptied out right in front of the World Trade Center. There were many terrible things to see, bodies and things like that, but I don't have that memory today. And we went to the Hudson River to get where we needed to go. Some of my team started to walk uptown.
I got out, managed to get through hundreds, if not thousands, of people that were crowding the area to get onto a ferry. The ferry didn't understand what was going on. They were initially collecting tickets.
Not knowing what to do. There was not anybody outside that knew what had just happened. And we were eventually able to get on a ferry boat and go back over to the Hoboken Pier.
And as we were driving from Hoboken around Frank Sinatra Drive, we looked across the river and saw the North Tower had imploded. Subsequently, we lived up right on the Hudson River on the 42nd floor of the building, and for weeks on end saw smoke coming out of the World Financial Center.